Welcome to episode 2 of Blender Bladesmith. If you haven't watched the episode 1 yet, I'll link it in the I button up there so that you can watch it before going further. Meanwhile, I've made couple of blades, one of which is Katana Sword, which I've posted on Instagram. You can see it at EvilShadow31, link in the description. And if you guys want a dedicated video of it, let me know in the comments. In this video, we are going to make a kukri, a multi-purpose blade mainly used by villagers in Nepal and India as well as soldiers worldwide. Let's download the image and start modeling. Front view, insert reference image which you have downloaded before. I have this blueprint like image. Go to viewport display and turn down visibility. Alt Z to switch to X-ray mode. Now select the cube, scale it down and place it right there. Now scale it down on y-axis to make it thin. Okay. This depends on you. Now tab into edit mode and select these edges. Place these edges right there just before the curve. Now all we need to do is set this up and select these faces, extrude it and position it. Let me speed this up for you. You don't have to scale anything, you just have to position the vertices at right places. Make sure you do it correctly, unless it will look messy at the end. Make sure you place the last face facing upwards, just like that. It will help in making the middle part, which meets the upper edge at the end. Add a loop cut somewhere in the middle. It will not exactly match with the line because upper edge and lower edge of the kukri have different curves. You need to position every point to follow the line. Pay special attention to the end part and make it curve that we will use later on while shrinking the size. While pressing Alt, select the bottom edge. Do the same on other side while pressing Shift and Alt. Now unselect the last vertices on both sides. Back to solid view and scale it down on y-axis so that you get a fine edge at the bottom. Now select the middle parts while pressing Alt and unselect the vertices at front. Scale it up on y-axis so that you get a little bulge on the middle part of the blade. Now we'll add some detail to it. Back to object mode and add a subsurface modifier. Add loop cuts to every edge that you need sharp. Like this one. Add loop cuts from both sides to make the middle edge look sharper. Also add a loop cut back here. Now you can spot any of the mistakes and correct them before going further. Once you finish modeling the front part, extrude the rear end twice and scale it down to get a little extension of the blade inside the handle. Now back in object mode, this looks little bit out of shape, so we'll treat it in edit mode. Select this and scale it down on y-axis to make it thin. Correct any other mistakes if you find any. Now in object mode, this looks fine. Okay, let's start modeling the handle. Insert a circle, rotate it and scale it down. Place it somewhere right here to get actual width of the handle. Place it with the reference to get the starting point of the handle. We'll make a different kind of handle for this. In edit mode, extrude it out and scale it to get a shape of a wooden handle. Scale it down and press F to add a face. Select this and press F to add a face. Change the shapes by changing the size of the loops and position of it. This will look little bumpy, but it's okay, we'll smooth it out. Now in object mode, add a subdivision surface modifier. Make the front part look sharper by adding loop cuts and the front face by insetting it. We finished modeling here and let's add some textures. Select the blade first and then increase the metallic up to 100 and roughness down. Now let's add a loop cut right there and select all these faces to make a sharp edge. Add a new material to it which will be half metallic and very much rough. Now press assign to see it. For handle, we'll go to the shading window and add a color ramp, plug into base color, add a noise texture, plug into factor, add texture coordinate and mapping. Connect this. Now we have to match a wood color, so a dark brown and a lighter one. Now move it closer to get some detailed patches. Scale comes down to 0.5, distortion to whatever you like, and detail to 16. Now play with these settings to make the pattern move. So we'll increase the Y scale to get this wood like pattern on it, and you can play with all these buttons to get a perfect match of your light. We'll make it little darker and roughness will reduce. Okay, this looks fine. Now select these and parent object. Let's make a piece of tree trunk. Insert a cylinder, select top and bottom faces and delete it. Now shade smooth and switch to shading window. We'll use image textures for it. Now add a new texture to it, move it aside, insert an image texture and plug it to base color. Select the texture and add another image texture. Now select the bump texture to it and insert a bump vector. Now plug into normal and you can see little bumps on the surface. Now let's add actual bumps on it. Go to modifiers and displacement modifier. We'll use displacement texture provided with it. Now turn down the strength and our wood trunk is ready. Go to world settings and change base color to environment texture. Insert an HDRI image and switch to rendered view. Now we have a piece of wood in a forest. So we'll set the scene up. We'll increase its size, and before that press Alt H to unhide everything else so that we can see the size of the knife, and then we'll increase the size of the board. Now we need a scene, so let me just quickly set this up. We'll use Eevee render engine, by the way, because we need reflections of surrounding on the blade. Now let's set up the scene just like that. This looks fine. Okay, we'll tone down the color of the blade because it's too shiny. Once you're done, press F12 to render it, and that's it. This is the final image after the render. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the future updates. Let's aim for 100 subscribers before the next video, and till then browse the channel and I'll see you in the next one.